A very good afternoon to you and welcome to SA Today with me, Unati Bagyashe, coming to you live from a very hot and slightly windy Tshwane. Of course, we are still here at the IEC's National Results Operations Center right here in Tshwane. We're broadcasting outside for a short time as a security staff here is currently doing a sweep. As you know, President Cyril Ramaphosa will be speaking here at the center tonight at around 6 o'clock, and where he's expected to declare the IEC's voting and results here at the center. Of course, plenty of information that we will be bringing with you this afternoon from our various political analysts that are on standby, that are with me here today. The results update as at 1:30 this afternoon. We're looking at 99% results captured at that time. ANC leading 161 councils and 4,449 seats. The DA 23 councils and 1,354 seats. IFP 16 councils and 5,309 seats. Other results include ANC 10.6 million votes, 45.65, DA with 5 million votes, and IFP 1.3 million votes. Of course, the big story also coming out here is that there are 68 hung councils. 27 of these, of course, you know, were in 2016 local government elections. Of course, these elections have brought about the most hung councils. What does this mean? Well, I am joined by political analyst Khanyi Magubane right here, and she's going to help us unpack what this essentially means. Khanyi, a very good afternoon to you, and thank you so much for joining us. 68 hung councils. Of course, we heard from the EFF earlier. We also heard from various political parties just talking about some of the conversations that they are going to be having with each other. So, you know, what can we make of this, Khanyi?
Well, I think that all the hung municipalities are actually facing a reality. All the politicians are facing the reality that with so many hung municipalities, it's inevitable that they will have to start talking to each other. And so now what is actually interesting is their approach to coalitions. Some have been more suspicious of coalitions. We heard Julius Malema saying they are not going to approach anybody for a coalition, but their door is open. And he said that one of the conditions for them going into a coalition with any political party is having synergy, meaning that when they do find a party that is always going to be amenable to EFF policy, they want a party that has a strong pronouncement on land redistribution. They want a party that is strong on economic freedom. They want a party that shares their sentiments. They've said that they cannot impose themselves on people who've not voted for them. The CIC was slightly less colorful as he usually is, but he did throw a number of heavy blows to politicians and jabbing them as he usually does. As analysts were not safe, he said we are not these nyof analysts who are talking. So as we are nyoffing away, analyzing what's happening, we saw a CIC that was also eating humble pie to a certain extent, because he did concede to the fact that, you know, they've lost in some of the metros where they thought they would do well, like Limpopo, where of course we know Julius Malema is from. He's from Seshego, and for the longest time that has been easy ground, low-hanging fruit for them, but the picture has changed there. So I think what's interesting is Julius Malema sitting on the back foot, but saying to the media specifically, do not rush the EFF, we are still a growing party.
And I mean, you know, we've heard from various political parties. One of the things that's actually coming out is all of them have been very optimistic, you know, about some of the results. And I mean, we are seeing a completely different picture, as it were. I mean, the DA, John Steenhuisen, yesterday being very proud of some of the results. But of course, you know, when we talked about the hung municipalities, KZN has the most hung municipalities. I think that number is 21, of course, followed by the Northern Cape. So KwaZulu-Natal 21, Northern Cape 10. In fact, the second is the Western Cape with 16. seen, of course, the DA having a large presence in the Western Cape. What can we expect about just some of the utterances that John Steenhuisen mentioned and some of the DA council saying, they want a stable coalition? What would that look like?
Unathi, I'm very wary of taking political rhetoric from politicians seriously. They are all going to come and say, we are confident, we are, doing well, we are happy with the results. But in reality, that isn't the case. I was walking through the IEC Center many times where I saw some clandestine discussions taking place between political parties who just a short while ago had said to the media they are confident that they are going to do well and they are happy with the results. The truth is, no political party will willingly go into a coalition unless they have to. And one of the things that South Africa quickly needs to do is to devise legislation that's going to almost give political parties a guideline on how to go into a coalition. We also need a type of ombudsman that's going to help all the fighting that we can anticipate. Many people are going into marriages that are arranged. We're going into arranged marriages that they did not anticipate. And many of them don't know how to do it. So we're going to need an ombudsman to, regulate the space. But also we need a legal framework. We need coalitions to sign, agreements that are legally binding. Because currently with coalitions, one of the biggest downfall of coalitions is that they can walk out at any time, as we've seen
to the detriment of South Africans.
Absolutely.
Especially the voter.
Absolutely, the voter. And that's one thing that we need is a stable political environment at a local level, because that's where it's operational. That's where government delivers operationally to people.
Well, if you've just joined us, we're coming to you live from outside the IEC's National Results Operations Center here in Tshwane. We had to step back from our studio for a short while as the SAPS does a security sweep. As you know, President Cyril Ramaphosa is expected to be briefing the nation at around 6 o'clock tonight. That's where he will officially declare the local government elections 2021.